What's up, guys? I am in Turks and Caicos on a 14-day work trip, and I had a question from a photography coaching client that is dated July 29th, so this is like 3 weeks ago, and I told her that I would respond via video because I didn't want to type it all out at the time. It's a pretty detailed answer to the question, and I completely forgot, and I literally just remembered, so I'm shooting this video and putting it out there for you guys. Hopefully it can add some value. Alright? Magic Mike, this is from Agathor. I don't know why you call me Magic Mike, by the way. That was like a porn movie from 2 years ago with Channing Tatum, or one of those bros. I have a question for you that will probably concern everyone at some point. I think I might be plateauing. Help. What to do. I haven't seen progress in 2 weeks, and I've been more or less bang on macros. So you're hitting your macros spot on 2 weeks, you haven't seen any progress on the scale, I assume is what you mean. You've been hitting the gym regularly. What to do? Alright, so 2 things. The first step is to identify whether or not you are actually plateauing, and then 2, what should you do if you are plateauing? And we're talking about fat loss here, by the way. So on a fat loss diet, not like I'm plateauing in strength, what should I do in the weight room, or how should I change my training to get stronger? But our goal is fat loss, and you've been losing weight, and now you're not for some period of time. Okay, step 1, are you actually plateauing? And what I would say, like some people, Agathor, after 2 weeks of the same scale weight at your check-in, you want to say you're plateauing? Probably not. For men, I would say about 2.5, sometimes 3 weeks, like 17 to 20 days if weight hasn't changed in that period of time and you've been hitting your macros spot on for the most part. 17 to 20 days, I'd say you're probably plateauing, assuming nothing drastic has changed, like you haven't started taking a supplement that would affect scale weight, you're not weighing in at different times of day, anything like that. Women, 3.5 to, it almost takes a full month, given that they're, like, with your monthly cycle, there's just a larger, there's higher likelihood for variance in scale weight, right? So on the way down, there's going to be slightly bigger bumps relative to body weight. Like you're going to be up a couple pounds, down a couple pounds, more so than men, just because of your cycle. So identify whether or not you are actually plateauing. About 3.5 weeks for girls, 2.5 weeks for guys of the same scale weight. Now, caveat, and most people don't take measurements. All of my coaching clients take measurements. We do at 3 spots in the waist, belly button 2 inches above, 2 inches below, right and left bicep, right and left quad, or upper leg, upper arm. If you are taking measurements, and this is something that I have found, oh no, we're still going, we're alright, low battery. This is something that I have found in, like, via group coaching. I've coached several hundreds of clients, I think over 1,000 clients in the last year, and compiling this data and analyzing this data, what I've noticed is when waist measurements are going down, but scale weight is staying the same, you are very likely on the brink of a whoosh, meaning a whoosh is like an untechnical, unscientific term for you're retaining water weight, we're not really sure where, probably in your fat cells, and you're going to wake up one night and be 3 pounds lighter. I have a private coaching client who in the last 8 weeks, she's like around the low 20s body fat percentage wise. She was like 137, 137, 137, 134, 134, 135, 131.5. Like literally it was this stepping stone where it wasn't just straight down, but it was kind of straight across, boom, straight across, boom. And that very likely is caused by a whoosh. So if your waist measurements are going down, but the scale isn't moving, it's very likely you're about to see a whoosh, you're about to see that drop on the scale, so I would not adjust macros at that point, okay? Now, measurements are not changing, scale is not moving. It's been 2.5 weeks for dudes, 3.5 weeks for girls. Those are general numbers, but I'm just trying to give you best practice information. You're probably in a plateau, and how I would handle that, macro adjustments are going to be different for everyone, but I'll try to provide the best possible high-level explanation that you can, like a do-it-yourself guide to busting through the plateau would be a reduction in calories, like somewhere between 7 and 10%, okay? So if you are eating 1,500 calories per day, let's say 10% of that would be 150 calories down, so somewhere between 110 and 150 calories, primarily from carbs and fat, or one of the two, or some combination of both, depending on where your intake is. But keeping protein levels where they are, dropping calories 7 to 10%, and those calories coming from carbohydrates or dietary fat, still probably keeping carbs a little bit higher on training days and fats a little bit higher on rest days. All right, I hope that adds some value. I am gonna go hang out outside because it's 90 degrees and beautiful here. Hope you guys are well. I'm sorry it's been so long. Agathor, I hope I answered your question, and I will talk to you guys soon, all right?